In a parking lot outside a Dairy Queen in West Allis, Wisconsin, a dispatcher's voice cut through the early morning silence of October 18, 2025. "Ma'am, I need you to start CPR. Can you do that?" Inside a gold sedan, a 4-year-old boy lay motionless. His body was cold. Stiff. He smelled of death. A responding officer would later observe extensive bruising on the child's face, abdomen, legs, and back, calling it the most extensive and severe injuries they had seen on a child. Milwaukee County Court Commissioner Barry Phillips would later call it literally the worst case I've ever seen. This is the story of Dante Campbell. And the system that failed to save him. Dante Campbell was 4 years old. He had a twin sister. He lived with his mother, 31-year-old Charlotte Korek, and her boyfriend, 21-year-old Deverio Cruz, along with 3 other children. Family member Rosie Hudson, who had cared for Dante, called him "my baby." "I was planning for graduations, girlfriends, their college," Hudson said. "I wasn't planning for any of this. He wasn't even given a chance." But Dante wasn't just neglected. According to criminal complaints, a regular babysitter told investigators the twins were extremely quiet, developmentally behind, and did not speak in complete sentences. The twins always appeared dirty and smelled of urine. 3 other children in the home told investigators they witnessed repeated abuse of both twins by Cruz, including forcing them to stand on Legos as punishment and throwing Dante against the walls. One child said that Dante never got a break from being beat, and that Cruz would sometimes lock him in a closet. Another child witnessed Cruz grab Campbell and throw him against a wall. Campbell would reportedly scream, "Mom, Mom," but Korek did not stop Cruz. The abuse wasn't hidden. It was witnessed, reported, and ignored. In July 2025, the babysitter observed severe bruising on both twins' buttocks. When she confronted Korek allegedly responded that Cruz was heavy-handed. Concerned by the injuries, they anonymously reported the abuse to Child Protective Services. Family members claimed they had called Child Protective Services about abuse approximately 10 times. The criminal complaint revealed there were multiple reports to Child Protective Services and an open case. A family member described calling CPS, "I called them and told them that these kids are being abused. They have black eyes, they have scratches, you can tell on their throat, it looks like they're being choked." In September, CPS called back and told her they couldn't get in contact with the children's parents. Couldn't get in contact. So the investigation apparently stopped. Yet Dante remained in that home. On Friday, October 17, 2025, Korek left for work before 6 a.m. leaving the twins in Cruz's care. Cruz later told investigators that he struck Dante in the mouth and buttocks that morning as discipline after the boy allegedly hit his twin sister. When asked to rate the force used on a scale of 1 to 10, Cruz allegedly said it was a 7 or 8. A 7 or 8. On a 4-year-old child. Korek initially claimed that around 8 p.m., Dante fell down the stairs, and that bikes and garbage bags fell on top of him. But investigators would later determine this was a lie. When the family woke up Saturday morning, Cruz said Campbell was stiff and smelled bad. The boy had likely been dead for hours. Before calling 911, the pair dropped off Dante's twin sister at a friend's house, telling them, "I need to go to the hospital. My son is not breathing. I think he's dead." One of the children said there was a big bang during the night, and that Korek and Cruz left the home with the twins, leaving the rest of them locked in a room. Finally, Korek called 911. The dispatcher requested she stop the car and provided CPR instructions. The vehicle pulled over in the Dairy Queen parking lot near 108th Street and Greenfield Avenue. Medical personnel at Children's Wisconsin documented extensive bruising across the child's body, including at least 12 distinct bruises on his face alone. Photos showed he was covered in bruises on all sides of his body, including face, head, shoulders, arms, legs, buttocks, and back. Doctors noted extensive bruising, a large abrasion on his shoulder, and puncture wounds to the neck and shoulder. Dante was pronounced dead at the hospital. Later in the investigation, both parents admitted to investigators that they had lied about the fall. When officials confronted Cruz with the severe bruising all over Campbell's body, Cruz responded, "I was just hitting him. Hitting him in the mouth." According to the complaints, during the drive to get help, Cruz allegedly repeatedly said, "I killed my kid, I want to kill myself." Cruz faces multiple felonies, including physical abuse of a child causing death, first-degree reckless homicide, and chronic neglect resulting in death. Kurek faces 2 counts of chronic neglect of a child, with 1 consequence of death. On October 23, both made their first court appearances. Commissioner Phillips addressed Cruz, "You allegedly beat a 4-year-old child to death literally with your bare hands as if that child was a grown man." To Kurek, she had an easy choice on October 18, 2025, her child or Mr. Cruz. She chose Mr. Cruz, prosecutor Matthew Torbenson said. "You don't deserve to be a mother to those children right now," Phillips told her. But the question remains, where was Child Protective Services? Dante's cousin claims the family called CPS about 10 times. Every single one that I know of called CPS. They called CPS or there was a police report filed and nothing was done. 10 calls. Multiple reports. An open case. And a 4-year-old boy still died. Dante Campbell was 4 years old when he died on October 18, 2025. He called out for his mother's protection as he was thrown against walls. He endured pain no child should ever experience. He never got a break from being beat. "I was planning for graduations, girlfriends, their college," his family member said. He wasn't even given a chance. Dante should be starting kindergarten right now. Learning to read. Making friends. Living. If you see a child being abused, don't stop calling until someone listens. Dante's death was preventable. Rest in peace, Dante Campbell. You deserved so much better. If this case affected you, you're not alone. These stories are difficult to hear, but they're critical to share. Child abuse thrives in silence. It ends when we speak up. If you suspect a child is being abused, call the Child Help National Child Abuse. Contact your local Child Protective Services. Don't stop reporting until action is taken. Remember, you could be the only voice that child has. If you want to see more cases like this covered with the respect and depth they deserve, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support helps us continue bringing awareness to victims who can no longer speak for themselves. Drop a comment below telling us, what case should we cover next? And most importantly, check on the children in your life. Ask questions. Pay attention. Be present. Together, we can be the difference between another tragedy and a life saved. This is the Crime Attic, where we give voice to the voiceless and remember the names the world forgot. See you in the next one.